Sorry, I meant to get the microphone already right before we hit the record button. But hello, everybody. My name is Drip Sparrow, CEO of TDB Unlimited and all its subsidiaries, hedge fund manager, and avid day trader. Now, I'm doing this video as kind of an informational to give a little bit of context to anybody that wants to get a little bit of information and background on me. I know I talk about myself and my background a lot throughout the channel in a whole bunch of different videos, but the information is spread out. So this way we're gonna condense it and give just a straightforward breakdown of me, what we're doing, and what we're offering to the public. So, background on me. I'm 25 years old. I've been trading for 10 years. It's been a whirlwind of a journey. I started this company about 5 years ago. TDB wasn't TDB when we first started. It was actually called Sniping Millions. It was just specifically trading, education, mentorship. That was really it. And then we started to do the content. We started bringing on different partners, so it became a multimedia and finance company. And that's what it is now. We have a hedge fund within TDB Finance, which is one of the subsidiaries of TDB Unlimited, where right now, currently we have a program going on where we are bringing on traders for our proprietary team under the hedge fund, guiding them, mentoring them, and building them up to be portfolio managers to handle more capital, more structure, and more assets. So starts off with trading and ends with full on portfolio management. So that's what we're doing now. That's what's helping build our firm, build our assets under management. It's definitely a market multiplier when you're going the route of building a proprietary team. Now we are operating under 501(c). It might be like parentheses something else up under. I can't get it all off the top of my head right now, but it's a SEC exemption that we are operating we're operating under a CFTC exemption and an SEC exemption for certain proprietary trading activities which we are engaged in. So just to give y'all the regulatory background for that, the hedge fund stuff, and then from the media perspective, we have the channel, of course, where we put out content and updates, and we're going to be bringing on more content partners to do more content. So we're going to keep the channel more engaged with you guys. And then on top of that, we have a music label. Actually, we don't speak about it very much on this channel, just because it's separate and it's kind of a separate demographic that it's specifically targeted to, but not really at the same time. Music is for everybody, and money is for everybody. So I feel like these two fields will collide at some point. But we do have a music label by the name of TDB Sound, where we have a few artists on. A few amazing artists on the label that I'm happy to be able to give a platform to and push forward. But beyond that, just to give you a little bit more background on myself, right out of high school, I went D1 running track and field. I went to UNCC. I only did a year there because I was unfocused. I didn't have my head all the way about me. I was trading at the time already, just not trading in the way that I am now. I was a stock guy. I day traded stocks here and there, and like I made good little money because I had been doing it before I was legally allowed to do it, because I was doing it while I was like, I started trading when I was like 15. So say what you want, but we're here now. We're here now. It's okay. But sorry. But after that, COVID happened, and I locked in heavily. Heavily after that on trading and honing that in, and then I found more assets to trade, things like Forex and commodities and whatnot. I'll say I was trading stocks and cryptos under age, so I was already kind of into crypto. So I was already kind of into price action and things like that. So when I found the Forex market, the biggest, most liquid market on the planet, I was like, man, this is it. This is me. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to operate, because that's stable. It has longevity. It's not dependent on U.S. Psychology. It's wonderful. That's what made me fall in love with Forex specifically. And then having a foundation in Forex, unbeknownst to me at the time, building such a foundation in Forex for myself made it so easy for me to build a strategy, precision trading. That's what we teach here at TDB. To have something that you can pull across all markets. So you're not gonna just learn how to trade cryptos with us. You're not just gonna learn how to trade Forex with us. You're not just gonna learn how to trade. You're gonna learn how to trade it all, and you're gonna learn how to trade it all with one strategy. Because these markets are all based on the same algorithms. It's just you have to be able to adapt to different market conditions, and that's where a lot of traders fail. They'll learn good strategies that work, but they don't understand the conditions that they're trading in, so they lose. So they think the strategies don't work. Like, precision trading isn't the only strategy that works out there. It's just my strategy that I built and that I teach, and that defines my trading. You know what I'm saying? So the way that our we go about teaching that is, you can either buy the course outright, or you can come in as now granted, we're not just accepting everybody. We do look through the applications, but you can come in as a contract trader with us, and you would be on our funded team by the name of the TDB Titans. And that name is so very perfectly descriptive, because I ain't gonna lie, this lineup of men that I already have on this team, they're all intelligent in different ways. They have their own different expertise. They look at the markets in different ways and have different reasonalities, but we can all agree on certain precision trading strategy points, which I love. So like, I want to have that dynamic structure, but to trade with us, to trade our capital, you do have to go through the training. Now, it's cheaper to come in like that. It's $5.99 to get the training, and then you get your funding. Like, you don't have to pay anything else after that. You get your funding right after, and you scale up from there. You don't have to pay for another account or anything like that. Like, you scale up from there. Now, if you blow the account, you get reinstated once for free, one time for free. Now, if you blow the account again, it's $100 reinstatement fee, because that's capital that we're that's capital. You know what I'm saying? So we have a 4% daily and an 8% overall drawdown max for our traders, and that leaves them plenty of room to trade. When you're trading with good sense, then there's no reason to be going out of those kind of parameters. The way the payout structure is, when you first come in, you're on a month over month payout, right? So once you receive your first payout, you go down to bi-weekly payouts, and every month we evaluate everybody after hitting their 10% target for the opportunity to scale up higher, because we don't want to hold any of our guys back. I wanted one of my traders to trade with a little bit less risk. He said back to me, okay, well, my first scale up, I go to 50K then. It's like, okay. And that's reasonable, you know what I'm saying? And so we've worked that out to where his next account's going to be a lot higher, because of the fact that I'm not making him trade any other crazy way that he doesn't want to trade, but I'm advising him on less risk than that he's usually used to taking. You know what I'm saying? So he's used to risking a little bit more, you know what I mean? And here at TDB, we kind of want to rein that in just a little bit, and bring that down. So we're trading with a lot more precision, because we are offering capital management for only accredited investors, but my traders I have four traders that would be allocated capital, or are allocated capital outside of proprietary accounts and things like that, under the TDB umbrella. Um, but for the most part, the asset management outside of that is left up to myself. That I've built some really intricate and deep strategies for moving money around. That includes long-term stock plays. That includes month over month ETF plays, and it's like I've automated it. You know what I mean? So like it's not like I gotta go and da 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 da. No, I've done a lot of research on certain sectors and certain things that I know for at least year over year. I have to go back and reanalyze and recheck and maybe move a few things around every year just to make sure that the fund is on the cutting edge of everything. But as far as like for the most part, like year over year, it's just a matter of like picking and choosing a few different assets to interchange in my top list. I don't want to give out too much information, give y'all a number or anything like that. My top list of things in whatever portfolio, whether that be ETFs, stocks, bonds, things like that, real estate, just different, just there's definitely a lot of different moving parts to running a fund. I'll say that, just to kind of interject what I was just saying, because of the fact that like that's why I want to build these guys up to be able to manage some of this, for me, not for me, but for the fund. You know what I mean? So it's not all on me, but I will say I'm not going to give out like what our assets under management is right now, because we're a private fund. We don't have to do that, but it is a good little chunk at the moment, and we're looking for to bring in more accredited investors so we can start boosting that number up. And once we haven't brought any outside investors in to this point yet. We have some conversations on the table. There's some people that have talked and whatnot, but we haven't actually brought in any big investors just yet. We just started our seed round of funding, so as far as like investors for equity and accredited investors for capital management, we haven't yet brought in, because we just started offering that, but we have the team and infrastructure together to manage all of that now, so ready to just kind of take on all of that. So just to recap, I'm the guy. Drip Sparrow, that's my actual name. And this, if you're watching this, you probably got sent this because you wanted to have a conversation with me, and I just don't have the time to have a powwow with everybody that's interested. Like this should give you the context that you need to understand. Actually, one more thing for people trying to get the funded, we do have a consistency rule. Your biggest loss can't be 25% of your biggest gain. So, but that's, I mean, like that. We're trading with a 4%. We only risked 1 to 2% per trade, and we're trading with a 4% daily drawdown limit. So that kind of negate like that. I have that so strict because if you stay within it kind of negates. Over over a 30-day period, it kind of negates the inconsistency anyway. But it makes us look sharper on paper to the official people and whatnot. Our money is just at less risk. You know what I mean? So it's in the financial space. It's easy to look risky because it's the financial space. So we like to kind of keep everything above board and as non-risky as possible. While we are a hedge fund, which means we are on the riskier side of capital management. You know what I mean? So trying to be less risky while being in the risky world. So this was just a this hopefully the powwow you guys were looking for. I'm sorry I don't have the time to just hop on with everybody. I wish I did. When we first started doing this, I did. I was taking a lot of the calls myself, but now it's like I have my administrative team that that's who you're most likely going back and forth with. I have my administrative team that handles conversations, and then you get to me. You get to me when it's time to get something done. Because we try to put all the information out there. Be real transparent about everything, so you can understand it. Now I will say, I mentioned the price. I mentioned the $5.99. That's for if you're coming in as a fund trader. It's $7.99 if you're just you just want the course. You don't want to really deal with us, nothing like that. You just want to learn how to trade in quick succession. You can go on our website in the description below, and you can get that. But if you want to come in as a funded trader, you can also hit us up on our website, and we can get you situated with all that. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today, and I will catch y'all on one of my next episodes.